Built to Last is brought to you by the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council Labor Management Committee and Armstrong Ceilings. Faster, easier, better.
Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Mark Nilsson. Built to Last visits the territories of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council in Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa to present stories about its skilled people and the projects they're working on. The Mid-America Carpenters have a close relationship with our military veterans and are using their skills to make the lives of veterans more comfortable.
Statistics show that our veterans live longer and have much more happiness and I would say even prosperity in their lives when they live in a veterans home versus a standard mom and pop nursing home.
Today we are in Quincy, Illinois at the Illinois Veterans Home. So the project as a whole is a campus renewal, campus upgrade, with the two main features being a 80,000 square foot, 80-bed domiciliary, as well as a 210,000 square foot, 210-bed long-term care center.
This facility was built originally in 1883 for Civil War veterans. And so fast forward, there's a lot of upgrades that we want to do. We're looking at a small homes model where veterans would have their own room, the ability to have family come and visit, more like an apartment-esque style versus a hospital shared room.
It's going to improve their lives a lot because they're going to have their own bathrooms, which they didn't have in the past.
To have your own bathroom is going to be a great thing. Of course, I'm used to sharing when I was in the military, but you kind of got away from that.
It's been called a state-of-the-art facility, so we can monitor and take care of our residents better and more efficiently. The budget on this project is the largest in the state of Illinois at this time. It's a $240 million project.
Currently we have 150 tradespeople on the project. We've got roughly 45 or so Mid-America Carpenters.
The Mid-America Carpenters are the best suited to perform the work on this project. We have the training in order to be able to perform at a high level.
When you talk about union, you're talking about quality. You're talking about people who are trained and dedicated to their craft.
That brings confidence to us, knowing that we're going to get a product that we don't have to question in the craftsmanship.
The carpenters right now, they're getting right into the midst of the structural framing work, both on the exterior of the building behind me, as well as the interior of the domiciliary unit and the long-term care center as well.
We're trying to set it up like an assembly line. A lot of this building is the same two rooms over and over again, so we're trying to find a way to be really productive and keep doing the same thing over and over again.
The size of this project, we've had to get a lot of apprentices, so it's nice to see the young guys come in and you just see the twinkle in their eyes some days, I guess you'd say.
And what I really enjoy is that we're employing over 200 people from the local community and using all of these companies from Quincy and surrounding areas. This is an Illinois project. There's a real need for this type of facility across our country. And Quincy is a wonderful example of the fact that we can house so many veterans, both in an independent manner, but also in those requiring nursing care.
We offer a full variety of amenities, including a full complement of medical providers and nurse practitioners on site, pharmacists, full complement of therapeutic services.
It's really nice. They really take good care of you.
We need to have the ability to provide these services to our veterans, not just to thank them for what they did, but to give them an opportunity for low-cost, high-quality care.
Well, it's near and dear to my heart because I am a veteran. I served in the United States Navy and the Seabees. I was a carpenter in there for 5.5 years.
When we say thank you for your service, that's often kind of, hey, thank you for your service. We're showing our thanks for your service by these massive facilities that are saying we're going to take care of you now and in the future.
Everybody just thinks this job just means a little more. I think it's just because of who it's for.
I'll tell you what, these rooms that they've mocked up here are just fantastic considering what we're living in now. This is like what you'd rent outside for about twice or 3 times as much.
The Mid-America Carpenters have been a great organization as part of this project, and we're so glad that they're there.
The Mid-America Carpenters play a huge role in helping this project be a safe, quality project.
We know that they have undergone a level of training through their years of service and their years of experience.
They're putting their hands, their hearts, their souls into building this facility. This isn't just a small little RV park. This is a massive, state-of-the-art IDVA center. Literally, it's going to be a medical center. So I sleep better at night knowing that the Mid-America Carpenters are on the job.
There have been veterans here at the facility that will come up along the construction fence and just kind of watch us all day long, ask some questions. So it's pretty neat too to be able to just create some excitement, you know, for the work that we're doing and potentially a new home for a lot of these veterans that are already living here.
This project is a legacy. It's being put in position to serve the veterans who are going to come down the road 50 years from now, 100 years, similar to where we're sitting now. It's an honor.
Armstrong takes pride in making a positive difference in people's lives. With the broadest portfolio in the industry and proven technical performance, contractors can install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered solutions make it seamless to transition from one end of the building to the other. Solutions like Frame-All drywall grid, including simple soffit prefabricated bend and click soffit framing, the faster, easier, better way to build from Armstrong.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, community, or utility-scale solar systems, developers throughout the Midwest are integrating renewable energy systems into a variety of businesses and construction developments, and this demand is growing every day. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are the skilled energy professionals in building and installing sustainable, precision-built structures, adding value at all the stages of construction.
They're able to look for key advantages that we might be able to implement to install them faster and better.
From solar arrays to wind turbine developments, the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council provides a professional, skilled, local workforce to build these renewable energy developments throughout the Midwest, providing the highest quality and safety standards in the industry. Insist on the best in delivering your project needs, on time and within budget.
Welcome back to Built to Last. As we rebuild the infrastructure of this great nation, the Mid-America Carpenters are working on a project carrying the name and legacy of a local legend.
We're at the Buck O'Neill Bridge. It's a huge project. It's going to connect North Kansas City to 169 to 35 and bring all the people from the Northland into downtown Kansas City.
The Buck O'Neill Bridge was originally built in the 1960s.
Former state senators Ryan Silvey and Jason Holtzman approached me a number of years ago about the idea to name, at that time, the Broadway Bridge. That's what the bridge was called prior. And about the possibility of renaming it the Buck O'Neill Bridge. And so they grandfathered into the legislation that if a new bridge was done, that it would carry Buck O'Neill's name.
It's really at the end of its lifespan at this point. Years of use, Missouri winters, it's really just at that point where we need to replace the bridge.
The old bridge is, well, it's tired.
We're going to have brand new flyovers that directly connect to I-35. The City Street network will be improved with better connections to 3rd, 4th, 5th Street. And so it's really just looking at not just replacing the bridge, but also improving all of the infrastructure around it.
Got 3 bridges going right now. This is currently the 6th Street bridge we're on. It's going to help reduce traffic off I-70.
That's northbound River Bridge Bent 1, the largest cap on this project. It's 547 yards.
Those are the EFCO forms that we put up, and we pour the concrete into that.
We assemble them, bolt them together, we set them, shoot all the elevations. 1,094 tons of concrete alone, just in the cap.
And then after the concrete cures, we pull those off, and then it just sits there.
I think on this project, it has just about everything that you can build on a transportation project. We've got major river bridges, soil nail walls, ITS, brand new city streets that are going in, direct connections to the interstate. And so being able to have a lot of people to be able to help deliver that project is critical to us going forward.
Union carpenters are, we build bridges all over. When it comes to a bridge of this scale, we're the ones they call because they know we can supply the skilled manpower, the safe manpower that they need to perform these projects. It's a Kansas City icon that's going to be named after him, Buck O'Neill.
Buck O'Neill was one of the most amazing human beings to ever walk the face of this earth, who just happened to be a great baseball player. He had a tremendous relationship with the city of Kansas City. When he joined the Kansas City Monarchs in 1938, coming to Kansas City for the first time, he said, "I knew that I was coming to the heart of America." But when he stepped here at 18th and Vine, he said, "I never knew I was coming to the center of the universe." It was the epicenter for black life in Kansas City during that era of segregation.
And as important as Buck's legacy is to Kansas City, so is the skill of union carpentry, which is handed down for generations among some families.
My great-great-grandpa actually worked on the last bridge I was on, so it was a pretty cool thing to come and do.
My son's out here. He hired on about 2 years ago. He was working at the local grocery store there in town, and well, the COVID stuff came in, and he was at home, didn't have school.
And he goes, "Well, you want to get in?" And I said, "Yeah, let's rock and roll." So I got in, started working, and I haven't looked back since.
Kind of makes you proud. You get to see him out there, and when he's 100 foot off the ground, it's a little nerve-wracking, but he's doing fine.
I hang jacks, I deck. Anything a carpenter does, we do out here. We do it as a team. Not one of us are put it to a certain job. We all do it together.
We're disciplined. We have a high standard for our craft. We understand what's going on, and we work safe.
You need someone you can trust out here. It's as simple as that. You need someone that's going to be trained, qualified, and that can get the job done on the right time and safely. Safety is the biggest thing and biggest concern. We all go home.
Buck O'Neill bridged the gap between black and white, men and women, young and old, unlike anyone that I've ever seen in my life. So to have him bridge the Northland to downtown and vice versa was absolutely perfect.
Even before it opens, the bridge that bears Buck's name is already giving back to the community by providing great union jobs to the men and women of the Mid-America Carpenters.
You can make a great living being a union carpenter.
Our union does so well. They provide so much for us. They got a retirement, all the benefits. I'm 20 years old and I've already bought my first house just because I've got in so early. I started managing my money. I have a great crew that gives me tips and tricks on everything, how to take care of life. All my friends are sitting there looking at me and like, wow, I wish I would have done something like that instead of gone to college. I have a lot of friends that tell me that.
It's nice to make the money, but for me, it's more about the pride. Like, I'm from Detroit, and when my nephews come and see me here in Kansas City, I'm gonna be able to be like, hey, I built that.
When you walk off that bridge each day, you know exactly what you did. You could feel good about a good, hard day of work.
I love waking up every day, coming out here and seeing something turn into something.
It's a memory maker, let's just put it that way, for my career.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
Unions need a collective voice, just like workers do. We built the Midwest Coalition of Labor to bring unions together to provide valuable benefits beyond the health care and retirement that their members already receive. Because we know that with numbers, there is strength. Strength that gives us the purchasing power to negotiate the best supplemental benefits that our members deserve at the lowest cost possible. Because united we bargain, divided we beg. Contact the MCL to see how your union can join our growing coalition.
Welcome back to Built to Last. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council is raising the bar and bringing unparalleled value to any project that they work on, no matter what technique or technology they use.
In order to continue to be relevant, we need to find new and innovative ways to continue to push productivity and increase it. And one of those is with prefabrication.
In St. Peters, Missouri, TJ Wee's Prefab and Innovation Center is finding industry-changing ways to streamline the building process.
TJ Wee's Prefab is focusing on 3 different prefab product lines. One is a stove panel, a pre-finished exterior panel. This is a bypass panel that has multiple different cladding options to it. The secondary is we do design, build, and fabricate bathroom pods. The third is we do a lot of milled drywall. So it allows us to make perfect corners and allows for more speed on the project overall. The main benefit that the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council provides for TJ Wee's Prefab is providing the best trained and best quality workforce there is.
The TJ Wee's family has been in construction for 3 generations. It really is a family business. TJ Wee's has employed hundreds of members from the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council.
Prefabrication is not new to the wall and ceiling industry. In the 80s, they did a lot of prefabrication of exterior walls. Everybody was designing and building their own systems. There was no uniformity to the system. But as quick as it happened, it kind of slowed down. You had regional booms and busts. Work was scarce.
Traditionally, when you're building a facade, you're going to be building it in the field, you're going to be working off of lifts, everything's going to be put in place vertically.
Most of our exteriors were just built one piece at a time. The first layer and the second layer and the third layer, and then you've got somebody else coming in to put the windows in, somebody else to come in and finish up the last little bit.
You're dealing with the weather conditions and what Mother Nature's throwing at you.
Time is money in construction, right? So the faster we can do it, the more value it brings to the project.
Just the timeline. The timeline is way shorter now for a customer. We can do the exterior of a building, let's say in a month, as opposed to 3 months to 6 months of stick building.
This efficiency was put to the test by the St. Charles Department of Correction and Courthouse.
The project consisted of a bridge that went from the 3rd floor of the St. Charles County Jail to the 2nd floor of the St. Charles County Courthouse system.
The funds had to be distributed by the end of the year?
We basically only had 90 days to complete this project or we weren't going to get paid. It was pretty wild. It even impressed me. And I'd been doing this stuff for a long time.
TJ was able to build these panels, bring them out, and I think they were probably on site maybe about 10 to 15 days out of the entire process.
There's no way we could have completed this project within the time frame that we had without prefab panels. It's not physically possible.
Prefabrication is not only making the impossible possible, it is also increasing safety and sustainability, hallmarks of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council.
In our manufacturing facility, we are able to install things on a horizontal basis. We are able to take ergonomics into consideration in how we do everything and making everybody more safe on the project. A lot of these new products are really focused on energy conservation. Overall, the process allows it to be much more environmentally stable. Not only are we able to bring less materials to the job site, consolidate materials and not have so much waste on the project itself. But now we are able to look at an exterior facade as a whole and see how well it does with energy consumption.
The Mid-America Carpenters are the most qualified for building these panels because they've got the expertise to do.
Prefab is just the next level of staying with the times in construction as it evolves.
Construction has changed a lot. The Mid-America Carpenters have a fantastic training program. They have huge amount of expertise and experience that they can bring, and they just continue to share that with the new tradespeople that we're getting into the industry now. The technology goes so well together with that traditional knowledge, amazing integrity and attention to detail that we get from our quality tradesmen and women.
What excites me about the future of construction is the changing environment and the challenge that's ahead. Prefabrication is just one of the many numerous advancements that I will see in my career.
I'm looking forward to what the Innovation Center has to come.
Trade up. Trade up. Right here. Right now. Working for a non-union contractor, I never got a pay raise. Now I get a raise every year working as a union carpenter.
No matter how many kids you have, you know, you're fully covered.
Every hour you work, money's going into your retirement, your annuity. For non-union, they don't have a school program, classes you can take.
You can take the commercial aspect of it, or you can go the residential.
Trade up.
Trade up. Trade up. Right here.
Right now.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, community, or utility-scale solar systems, developers throughout the Midwest are integrating renewable energy systems into a variety of businesses and construction developments, and this demand is growing every day. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are the skilled energy professionals in building and installing sustainable, precision-built structures, adding value at all the stages of construction.
They're able to look for key advantages that we might be able to implement to install them faster and better.
From solar arrays to wind turbine developments, the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council provides a professional, skilled, local workforce to build these renewable energy developments throughout the Midwest, providing the highest quality and safety standards in the industry. Insist on the best in delivering your project needs, on time and within budget.
Welcome back to Built to Last. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council brings a wide array of skills to any job site. Because of their training and experience, they can often be found performing vital roles on job sites you might not have ever considered a carpenter would be on.
Did you know that Illinois is one of the nation's largest energy producing states? Thanks to the diverse mixture of nuclear, solar, and natural gas facilities, the land of Lincoln exports more energy than it consumes, providing power to states across the Midwest. And that figure is only going to rise with the opening of the Three Rivers Energy Center in Morris, Illinois.
It's a huge project for us. We rarely see anything this size to come in our area.
When we start a new project of this magnitude in a new area, the unions are a lifeline in getting skilled, quality craftspeople on the job to build these projects. Without the unions, we wouldn't have the personnel or the craft people to come out and build these. We have over 800 union craftspeople on this job. They come out already trained, they're skilled, and they know what they're doing.
Over the past year and a half, Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council have worked with Kiewit Power Constructors to build the $1.3 billion facility, with the Millwrights leading the way.
What we're building are two one-on-one combined cycle powerhouses. These are powered by two GE gas turbines. We have two Hercigs that are feeding steam to two gas turbines, and we're using two air-cooled condensers to cool the steam and condense it back to water.
On this project, the millwrights came in, we set the pedestals that the unit's set on. We basically build the turbine from the ground up, every single part. And as we build, we take measurements down to thousandths of an inch to make sure the rotor's sitting where it's supposed to, the bearings, the diaphragms, everything, and then we slowly build the unit out.
It's a very difficult job for the millwrights because it is one single shaft that needs to align the combustion turbine, the generator, and the steam turbine in one shaft, and it's very precise.
With a project of this magnitude, precision is key. And the millwrights from the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are the ones to provide it.
We're responsible for getting them to within 0.02 of an inch, which is about the width of a human hair.
If it's not aligned correctly, there's no $5 mistake here. It's millions of dollars. If it's not perfect and aligned perfect and running perfect, if something were to happen, it's millions of dollars. And that's why we go through training at our local school, through our apprenticeship, and then we go out to the International Training Center in Vegas and we take a turbine course. All these guys are required to take that in order to be on this job site.
Complementing the millwrights is the work of the often unseen heroes of construction, scaffold builders trained by the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council.
For the other crafts to work safely on the platforms that you see behind us, not everything can be done out of an aerial lift or a scissors lift or that. We actually build the structure. It's sturdy.
In a plant this size, the average scaffold is probably 40, 50 feet, but you got a couple that are 100 feet, 200 feet.
We build scaffold here. We're a support craft for every other craft out here. We give them a safe working platform. That's our job out here, keep people safe, keep people where they can get to their work easily.
It's important to be trained at doing this because if you look around, everything is elevated. So the higher we go up, the more secure you really want to feel if you are a worker on that scaffold. And I think we are the best to be able to do it.
It takes a special breed to do this type of work. Everybody's not used to climbing in the air, but also having that responsibility of knowing that you're supplying something for other trades to work off of. You want to see them go home at night safely to their family.
When fully operational, Three Rivers will provide more than 1,200 megawatts of power, enough to power 1.25 million homes. Fueled by clean, burning natural gas, the facility will lower carbon dioxide emissions as taking more than 300,000 cars off the road each year.
This is a gas-fired power plant, very efficient, and it will be replacing energy that was generated by burning coal, and gas-fired power plants burn a lot cleaner.
You look at something this size and you're amazed that you and a whole crew of millwrights built this. We did this and it runs and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. And yeah, I mean, I've driven around with my wife like, hey, I built that. It's a good feeling to know that something that big you were a part of putting it together and it ran perfectly.
You don't see this every day. I mean, you come by and you see something this quality. I mean, you were out here a year and a half ago, it was just a cornfield. It was nothing. Now you come out, you see this beautiful plant they're building in the area. It's going to provide electricity for homes for years to come. And after the project like this is done, every couple of years there'll be maintenance. It'll provide work for our men and women for a lot of years in the future.
That's all for this episode of Built to Last. Don't forget to follow us at Built to Last TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time when we delve into more stories about the talented men and women of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council.